one of the things I have done when people have been laughing at me, yeah, the bloke, yeah, I've stopped and I've started laughing at them and pointing at them if I've got someone with me. Oh, look, you want to see the absolute anger on their faces and the indignation, and you think, hold on a minute, I'm just mirroring you back at you. You know, and that's an interesting point about, you know, human interaction. When we say something about someone or do something about someone, we think that that's making a statement about the someone. It's not. Every time it's making a statement about us by what we are, by what we say and what we do. But people don't see that. And this is why people don't see so often that they are mirrors of that they rail against. You know, if you take this progressive mentality, like I say, I'm not talking about a liberal mentality. I'm a liberal. If you look at the definition of the dictionary definition of liberal, it is someone who believes in maximum freedom of speech, maximum freedom of lifestyle, maximum freedom of everything. But a progressive mentality, which they actually call liberal, it's stunning, believes in the opposite of that. So you have people who rail against the system, who think they are anti-establishment, who are actually doing exactly what the establishment wants, which is to silence the population. When you've got the progressive anti-establishment mentality saying to government, he must be silenced, she must be silenced, and the government and the corporate world and the establishment are going, yes, we would be delighted to do that. And so it's this mirror, this inversion where people perceive themselves in a certain way, but actually act in a way that's the very same as that they rail against. So they'll talk about fascists. We're anti-fascists. All right, you're anti-fascists, right? So what do you want to do? We want to silence these people. That's what fascists do. You know, they can't see it. That's the problem.
I've gone through this struggle in my life, David, a little bit, where when I was young, I was very overweight, and I didn't really feel like I fit in, and I was a bit slow on being liked, and that seemed to build a bit of a need in me to be liked, which I started overcompensating for, you know, as I grew up.
I understand that.
And I think it's only been the last few years I've really started to go, you know, this is me, this is who I am, and sort of, I still think it's there, but I think it's like, I'm managing it better. I have found, like you visibly lifted when you said it. It was like, when you said it's liberating and freeing, it was like you exercise something from your, and I just know how amazingly more impactful and happy and confident people would be if they stopped worrying about what everyone thought about them. I really want to dig in this, because I don't know if you were able to do it through some introspection, or I don't know if almost you were forced to do it because it was, like you said, hide away and, you know, I don't exist in the world because they've beaten me, or one day you thought, this is enough is enough. So what could you say to other people who are a bit overly worried about what people think to help them get rid of it?
Well, first of all, if you have people around you who so disrespect your right to be you that they give you a hard time for being you, then what are you doing with them? You know, there's loads of other people out there that will respect you. Go and find them. Don't surround yourself with people that don't respect your right to be you. I don't care if they're family. I don't care who they are. If they don't respect your right to be you, then what you're doing, interacting with them all the time, it's just going to make you depressed. It's going to make you frustrated. Walk away. And if they then come round, great. But if they don't, well, equally great. You know, it's like kids. I see this thing with parents. You know, I've spoken to people in their 60s who are still feeling guilty for not doing with their lives what their parents wanted them to do. Oh, you know, I wanted to go walking in India, but my mother wanted me to be a lawyer. I don't like the law, but, you know, I had to do it. Oh, no, you didn't have to do it. You know, if your mother wants to be a lawyer, she could go be a bloody lawyer. If you want to walk in India, go and walk in India. And if your mother, I don't care, all these stuff, oh, but I don't care. You will only express your true, unique self if you refuse to let anyone impact and suppress that expression of your true, unique self. And the number of people, the number of parents who, and I think this is child abuse, frankly, who want to live their lives through their children, who want to get kudos through their children. You know, I was in America once, and I saw this this sticker at the back of a car. My daughter won this so-and-so degree in college. And I'm thinking, yeah, your bloody daughter did it, mate. You didn't bloody do it. What are you doing? Trying to get, you know, live through your children. Congratulate your children, yeah, but looking for the kudos? Oh, yeah, my son's going to Oxford. My daughter's going to Cambridge. Oh, really? Oh, you are a successful family. Her son wants to go walking in India. You know, a daughter wants to be a nurse. But they go to university because mother says so, father says so. The number of people, I mean, it's not even rare. The number of parents, particularly the ones with more money, therefore more influence and access to these educational institutions, the number of them that impose their will on their children because it suits them and not their children is absolutely disgusting. And what it's doing, it's turning out very frustrated, very distorted people who are living a life they don't want to live. And I'll say this to people: are you happy? Are you fulfilled? Do you get up in the morning and say, new day? If not, why not? Make a list. Why am I not happy? Why don't I have joy in my life? Why don't I wake up in the morning and say, yeah, new day? What are the things that make me not feel like that? What are the things that would make me feel like that? Okay, stop doing them and do them. And refuse to compromise on stop doing them and doing them. Take control of your life. And you know, if you go deeper into it, this is the area that is my great passion, my great love, my what I absolutely love researching and gaining understanding in, the nature of reality itself. We live in a equivalent of a Wi-Fi internet field. I call it the cosmic internet. They're quantum fields of possibility and probability waiting to manifest. Got a computer here, and what appears on that screen is dictated by what part of the internet I access. That dictates what appears on that screen. In the same way, what part of these quantum fields of possibility and probability I access and turn into experience, in a way I'll describe in a second, dictates what appears on my screen. In other words, dictates my own life experience. If you live your life within the parameters and the program of the postage stamp consensus, then you are interacting with this quantum field of possibility and probability in a very narrow band of frequency. So the potential you have to manifest experience in your life and achievement, if you like for a word, in your life is limited by that. Once you expand your self-identity, as I'll come to in a second, and your consciousness expands, and your sense of the possible expands, you're now interacting with this quantum field of possibility and probability in a much vaster swathe. And therefore, your potential for manifestation of experience, for manifestation of achievement, for manifestation of the world, the life you want, becomes massively expanded. Take the Chinese internet. It is firewalled off so that Chinese people can only access a fraction of the internet, symbolic of this postage stamp consensus mentality. But beyond those firewalls is a vastness of possibility with the internet that they never see, information they never access. And what dictates our interaction with this possibility and probability is our self-identity, seems to me. If you believe that you are little me and have no power, then that manifests itself as the frequency band you're operating on, and it's very narrow. Coming back to the simplest analogy, it's someone who sees the glass half empty or the glass half full. That's a completely different perception of the same situation. And what will come from those two perceptions will be very different experiences of that glass compared with the other. And for me, we have got caught, and this is the very foundation of the perceptual manipulation. We have got caught in the illusion systematically that what we're experiencing is who we are.